Hello, extraordinary folks. How are you doing? Today, I want to share with you my top 10 lessons learned from my 100-kilometer walk on February of 2020. It all began exactly a year before, on 4th of February 2019, when a group of achievers were sitting together and discussing about our achievements in the past months. After I just shared mine, a lady next to me stood up and shared that she just finished a 100-kilometer walk without sleep, and I was surprised. And also found out that she was a mother of 2 teenagers and was also suffering from arthritis. It was extruding pain for her, and she endured and finished that race. And it really inspired me that I got to something similar in order to prove my worth. Okay, so it all practice session started somewhere mid of 2019, but not until January of 2020 I started my practice sessions. So here are my top lessons learned, okay, in this journey of 100-kilometer walk. So what I've learned is, my first lesson is planning and practice are essential, but be ready for surprises. I did my practice session just a week before the actual race. So on 2nd of February, I finished 26-kilometer walk and I did it well. But after that day, I found out that just by doing this 26-kilometer walk, my legs were jammed, I wasn't moving, and was extruding pain. I wasn't sure that I would be even able to participate, but I still went ahead, bought my jersey, bought my shoe, and I was prepared for going for this walk. Then later I found out from my other co-walkers that this was a bad strategy. That is, planning just before your race is a bad strategy, because you got to recuperate your energy before you actually go for the race. But that I came to know very late. But anyway, long story short, I was there in the walk. But once I landed there, I found out that my baggage was too excessive, heavy, and so I have to really unload all my food, a lot of my water, and things which I've got as essentials there. So sometimes your planning, over planning, also leads to a lot of impediments. So I was ready for the experience now with the new kind of strategy that I was building right then and there. Okay, so start with the bang. Important is that we got to show up. See, no matter how much of thinking that we do, what we end up doing is we don't show up on the day of the call. What happened is, we were a team of 6 who were supposed to walk. On the day when I was we were there on the race, we were 2 people who turned up there, and we were really late. If you see there were 11 minutes late, and most of the people have already left there. So to catch them up was difficult, definitely difficult. But then I would say, show up, start early, and start with real big bang, and have this intention to finish the race even before you start. What happened was, the moment we started, the person next to me said, well, it looks like it's too much time that you could take for finishing the 100-kilometer race. Why can't we do 25 and close it there? But I had made the intention to finish it anyway, so I had to change the partner. Okay, so it doesn't mean that you start with somebody would be really finishing with them. An achiever is somebody who always looks up to find the people who can help you reach your goal. So walk with the champions to pace up your growth and success. So I just chose to move ahead and find my new partners who would allow me to finish it. They're the one who had already done in the past. I came to know about them, called them, and somehow sped up and met them. What I say is, when you show up and do your part, then the angel support will arrive. They just arrived because I made my move first. So when you're doing such a long walk, it's usual that you get into a solo mode. But what I say is the time for you to really network, share your passion, and have that fun then. See, a rhythm and teamwork actually builds up when you iron out all those differences. I know there's somebody who walks faster, somebody who walks lesser, and somebody has a difference of opinion. But when you even out, that's when the teamwork builds in. That's when the team starts performing. Yeah. So my next lesson learned, 5th one, was leading is not always walking in the front, but backing up. So having a foresight and hindsight is essential quality of a leader. So in the beginning, I was leading in the front. I was walking and going ahead all the time, and not and then actually waiting after I reached certain kilometers in the front. But later I realized there are people in my team who really need to pace up. And the good lesson that this thing teaches us, there's an RFID tag that's put on your wrist. Unless all are scanned together, you can't move to the next check post, which is making sure that you are really working as a team and moving together. And second, during this, I also found out that each one has different strengths. Not everything is same. And during the night, there was a person who was not able to cope up. So I had to really stand behind, walk with him in order to finish this race together. So leading from the front is not always the reality, but you need to be, as a leader, backing up your team, having a hindsight as much as your foresight. Next is, we got to celebrate our milestones. The journey is more sweeter than destiny. See, I realized this as we were progressing. There were a lot of good things. People and villagers came by, they supported us, they gave us some goodies, they wished us. And then there were pit stops where we recuperated. And there are a lot of people who actually give us good massage and stretches while we were going through this entire journey of 100 kilometers. I really enjoyed this journey, and what stays in my mind is not the celebration at the last, but the journey together with my team there. I really enjoyed it. So what I know that after certain kilometers, say 50 and more, the beast mode kicks in. And that's when you stop thinking of retracting. See, there is a time when you start thinking whether this is right for me. And I was also thinking of finishing by 50 kilometers and closing there, not really going up to the 100 kilometer, because there was a option available to do a half 50 kilometers. But I chose to do the 100 kilometers. But only when your beast mode kicks in, when you're really getting into the rhythm, then actually you stop thinking of retracting. And important is to have those champion mindset people around you. And the eighth quality, what I found, the lessons learned, is the quality of extraordinary people is the ability to walk long trails in spite of having this doubt, fear, and pain. When you want to be extraordinary, it is to be taken for granted that then you are sometimes in long stretches alone and nobody would be around. And those same time you get a self-doubt whether you're on the right path, because nobody can take your pain. See, there are some things that you got to do yourself. Your meditation, your exercise, your hard work, your growth will happen only when you put your hard work up front. There's nobody who can take care of you. So that's when the growth really happens. My next lesson learned is 99% is still not done. And champions love to finish what they start. I was just at the 99 kilometer. I was thinking just done. One of my person had a lot of health issues, but we still made it till the end. That's the real point, that you got to finish at the end point. That's when you can really celebrate. Here we are in the last milestone. The new air I can breathe in, and I was really exhilarated. When we were together and finishing at the last milestone is something that really we got to celebrate. And all of us were, after celebrating, we were talking about how can we make it better next time. And that's the lessons learned. Super achievers never settle on what they already achieved. They always look up for next level. And this is what I've learned, that when you are together with achievers, they always will say, how can I beat this better? How can I make it better? They're really restless. They're always thinking of how to make it better. And finally, I want to thank you for your time. What looks impossible is a myth. It's possible for you to be extraordinary. Please take care of yourself. Do things that you really are not sure about, and that's when you become extraordinary. And I really thank you for your time and attention. And I believe that you are extraordinary and you are born to do something really stupendous and contribute to this world. Good luck to you, and thank you for your attention. Bye-bye.